Welcome to After the Show. Franchise J. Claxton and Dr.CaSay Vaughn here. What's up?
I'm used to my beautiful partner. I'm used to all of that, and I just feel like I got blah.
So you want me to brag, or you want
I
to
want you
hear
to do
about yourself?
I want all of that today.
Is that conceit?
No, it's confidence. And you tell me always to be confident in myself.
Right, but I'm saying that, because I did not introduce you the way you felt like you should be introduced today.
I want it.
So you got to, let's just because now, no. Dr.CaSay.
That's not funny.
No, I'm just.
Okay, well, okay.
Listen.
It's easy to get back, right?
Yes, I mean, we know you're beautiful. We don't got to, I say that all the time. I got to do the show a little different sometimes. It can't be the same thing.
I needed to hear it though.
Okay.
I needed it.
You're beautiful.
Thank you.
Okay. Are you satisfied now?
I'm satisfied.
Okay.
So listen, your boy Joe Budden.
Well, Joe seems like he is right now. He has no problem with speaking whatever his piece, his issues, whatever the case may be.
You said thoughts. Right now?
It's gotten worse now since he has his own network. Nobody's controlling him. He has the people he wants on his platform, and it just seems like nobody is safe. He's talking about other rappers now doing podcasts, and whose podcast is good and who podcast isn't. I am going to be totally honest with you. Mm-hmm. It's funny to watch Cameron and Mace.
Okay.
But they do talk about stuff that we probably say in the barbershop that people want to say. Okay. But can't say. Okay. With a camera in front of them.
So they're pretty much like you are.
Yeah. I mean, they talked about Jordan Poole for the Warriors. He spent $500,000 on a date with Ice Spice.
Man,
right?
That is just hilarious. You told me about that over the weekend, and that was hilarious.
Right. They said, she has a song called Munch.
Nope.
I'm just, that's what they said.
Okay. I was like,
they said that he's acting like a munch, and he's playing like a munch. They said that. Shout out to Cam and Mace. But speaking of the Warriors, don't you go. Don't you go nowhere.
I knew. Why did I know? Why did I know that this was going to be the conversation?
No, this is a great segue.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Speaking of the Warriors are down 3-1.
Nobody cares about the Lakers.
To the most decorated
Nobody cares about the
NBA team in history.
Nobody cares.
Lakers are up 3-1 with a closeout game. On Wednesday. Okay. Lakers beat them 104-101, game 4.
So if the Lakers win on Wednesday.
Let me finish getting stats.
I don't care.
Lonnie Walker came off the bench with 15 points, a bunch of threes, all of that stuff. They're playing great defense on Steph and Clay. It is amazing to watch. It's amazing to watch what it is. Since the trade deadline, who's the top team in the NBA since the trade deadline? I should have worn my jersey today.
Okay, so listen, here's the deal. If they win on Wednesday, I'll take you out to dinner to your favorite steakhouse. On me.
You would do that anyway. I don't got to win a bet to do that. I won't got a bet. I just want to be able to talk trash. I don't even need that.
Listen.
I just want to be able to talk trash.
Listen, Linda, listen. I wanted to get this story in real quick because it really pulled on my heartstrings. But
Usher and Chris Brown fighting?
No, but that's terrible. And it's getting worse. Like, this story is really growing. I forgot all about that. This story is really growing, and I'm not gonna lie, I've tried to tell you. I remember telling you when Chris Brown was talking about there were people, extraterrestrial life forms and all that. I remember telling you then that he needed medication. I'm convinced now he needs. Who fights Usher, Jay? Who fights Usher? R&B dudes dancing across the street.
Who fights Usher?
Jay.
So this is allegedly. This is allegedly.
No, it's not. No. It's no longer allegedly because now they have shown the footage. Chris Brown says,
So Chris Brown hit Usher. So I didn't see that. Right. To my knowledge, it was still alleged.
And then he did this.
It was still alleged. And then so my issue is
no.
Usher gave the party for Chris Brown. And then Chris Brown was mad because Tiana Taylor was there, and Tiana Taylor couldn't do the award show performance, the Michael Jackson performance. And so he got upset, Usher being a peacemaker.
He got upset. Not only did he get upset, okay, it's one thing to get upset, right? He got upset, he got in her face.
Right.
Usher's like, one, she's a woman.
Yeah, right.
Two, this not what we're doing.
True, I remember his birthday, he got that liquid courage in him. You know what I'm saying? He probably got his guys with him. And that sort of, you got that liquid courage in you.
Yeah, but you have to have
Chris Wilde anyway.
Yeah. But I wanted to, that's not what I wanted to get to. And now I feel like my time is running out because we have to bring in our first guest, right? Mm-hmm. But I wanted to talk about our guy, the Fonz, Henry Winkler.
That's your guy.
That is my guy.
Right, that's your guy.
I had a crush on him.
That's your guy.
I was happy every day.
You know what? You need to go take a picture of the Bronze Fonz.
Take me there.
In Milwaukee.
Take me there.
Okay. Well, they're out the playoffs now, so we can't even go see that.
But he was sharing in a recent article about how after Happy Days, that he was stereotyped to be the Fonz, that everything, like he lost his identity. He lost his identity as a person. He wasn't able to get any roles, and that he really went through a depression before he came back on the scene.
It seemed like anybody who has played a role on a TV show for a really, really, really long time, that was a classic TV show that really changed TV and culture, seem like that they get, typecast or go through issues trying to get other roles.
Yeah, they do.
Like, be honest, I don't see Rudy Huxtable. I still see her as Rudy.
But see, and I don't, and probably because I've watched her in other things. Right. I don't just see her as Rudy. Right. But I was gonna say she's done tons of movies. She's actually an incredible actress, very diverse. I'm really proud of Keisha Knight, and recently she just had a baby, actually. Shout out to her and them.
Alfonso Ribeiro, real quick.
Okay.
Alfonso Ribeiro, Roberto. How do you say his last name? Roberto, right? Because you Latin and Spanish or whatever, you know what I mean. So your tongue roll different, right? But you don't see him as nothing. Pause. No, it's not a pause.
That is a pause.
If I'm saying that to a man, that's a pause.
It's a pause,
right? But I'm saying is you don't see Alfonso as anything else but Carlton doing the dance.
That's not true. Maybe because I've watched him in other things.
He said even when he walked down the street, sometimes most of the time they like, do the dance.
I would ask him to do the dance, but he's an incredible game show host, and I actually watched him.
I know. Come on after Sam this son. I get it.
I know.
Right. I get it. But I'm just saying that you can get
okay, we have to bring in our first guest. We have two guests and we're running behind today.
I apologize.
So, of course, unless you've been under a rock, most houses now have transitioned over to solar power.
Okay.
Need to. Okay. I'm excited today because we have Cherie Brooks from Power 52. Mm-hmm. Power 52 is doing incredible things, not just in Maryland, but across the world.
Okay.
In energy sector, community give back, engaging, helping at-risk youth, find trades and jobs and things of that nature. So I'm excited that we have Cherie Brooks today.
Okay. Right.
And so we also have Sophia Diaz today. She is incredible, built wealth on her own. She has an amazing story about everything that she's gone through in life that has created her to be the powerful woman that she is, right. From domestic violence on. So we have two incredible, powerful women, along with me.
Right. I was going to say three powerful women.
So, and shout out to Forbes Black, who just inducted me, Right. Coming up next, we'll talk to first Cherie Brooks from Power 52.
Okay. All that and more after the show. Stay tuned. Welcome back to After the Show. Dr.CaSay on a beautiful.
It's the after party.
What?
After the show.
Is that? Oh, okay, okay. Well, you don't want to be him. You don't want to be him.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't want, no.
So after the show, Dr. Vaughn, Jay Claxton, and now we have our first guest ready to come
up. Cherie Brooks from Power 52. You're right, I don't want to be him, but let's find out if one of the prisons that they work in, if it's his. No.
What you mean? He probably performing in it.
In one of the ones that he
probably performing in prison.
He is. Anyway, so today we have Cherie Brooks from Power 52, and from training programs, community reinvestment to job creation. Power 52 is not just a solar energy company. They're really giving back to the community. Cherie, welcome to After the Show.
Hi, guys.
How you doing?
Oh, before we get started, I got to just tell you, I was just standing with the fawns.
What?
I had that picture.
Really? So yes. You went and took a picture of the bronze fawns?
Yes, I did. And I had no clue that I was about to walk up on him. And then all of a sudden, I was like, the fun!
I would have passed out.
Downtown Milwaukee, right there, like
exactly.
Water. Yep.
And it's a beautiful area, so you have to get there. You're taller than me, so you'll probably be taller than him. But yes, so when
I took a picture. I've been there. I took a picture.
When Jay was on tour, he actually went there. So yeah.
That's how I knew about him, because I didn't know. I was with somebody I was doing business with, and he was like, "Man, we gotta go see the bronze fawns."
Yes.
He was pressing. So after we finished, it's dark, and I don't even know what those pictures are. I need to call him. I need to call Chef and see if he still got the pictures of us at the bronze fawns.
Oh yeah, the bronze fawns. Anyway, I just had to say that.
Yeah. How you doing?
Excellent. Oh my goodness. So many things going on in this space. So when Dr. Cass called me up asking me about being on, definitely I could not stop what I was doing quick enough so that I could, be here with you guys today. Just moved everything around because I'm super excited to talk about renewable energy and what it has to offer.
Right. So how does a day look for you, right? How does a day look as, a woman, an entrepreneur, a mother, a CEO? Like, how does that work? And then how do you, let me stay there. How does that work? How does a day look like for you? What is it?
So the Outlook calendar is my best friend. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. And that is what governs me in my personal life and as well in my business, of course. So, definitely it's a balancing act, doing so many different things and planning. The Outlook definitely keeps me organized. Okay. But you say, what does a day in my life look like?
Right.
Oh my goodness. So it starts at about 5 a.m. Getting I have two jobs. Like to say I have two jobs because first I start off with being mommy. And then, getting the kids off, and then it's like into the office. No day is ever the same. So I do like that. So many different things that we're doing here at Power 52 Foundation. We're doing a lot of things that impact the community. So no day is ever the same. Just like I didn't know I was going to be here with you guys today. But I was. I'm here.
Well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about renewable energy. Let's talk about how you guys have reinvested in the community and everything. Because as a fan, and I will say as a fan, watching you travel and watching you go into different communities, sometimes I think that people think that Power 52 is just Maryland, and it's not. I've watched you travel across the world, for this message.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's different. Oh my goodness. Okay, so many different legs of Power 52 Foundation. Number one, like you said, it's the let's just talk about the solar. So one thing that we like to do is leave communities with something. So one thing that we're known for are our resilience hubs. And many people who don't know what a resilience hub is. And so pretty much we'll go into any community, primarily underserved. We want to be able to create some resilience resiliency there in the community. So we'll have our students install solar panels on the roof with battery storage. And so now this community can be off the grid for 72 plus hours and operate that way during any natural disaster. So that's one thing that we're known for. We also are the first clean energy private career school here in the state of Maryland. We own and operate Power 52 Energy Institute, 320 clock hours. We're partnering with so many different organizations so that individuals, we're just not like a training program. So I always said, you know, if we do this, we want to make sure that we are arming our trainees and our graduates with the credentials for them to excel in the clean and renewable energy sector. And so that right there is where we are. Definitely all about, you know, empowerment. And I like to say that we operate on the front lines of environmental justice. Diversifying the industry, definitely bringing about economic empowerment to our underserved community members.
So let me ask you this. When you talk about what you do for the community and you give back and kids and that sort of thing, right? So like I actually give a DJ class to kids, one in East Baltimore, since I've been back in Baltimore, and one in West Baltimore. And
actually at the school that your mom used to teach at.
Well, and I need to send Mikey there, but anyway, that's a whole sidebar.
So I'm trying to figure out, how do you keep them engaged with something like energy, where that's not necessarily fashionable, or it's not what they see on TikTok, or it's not what they see on Instagram? How do you draw them in and get them to stay like locked in to what you're trying to show them and what you're trying to teach them?
Yeah, so so we start educating. So I like to say we do education and training, and then the resilience part. So the education piece is what we do with everyone who's under 18. Between the ages of 18 and 50 is the demographic that we serve. And even though, you know, they're adults, that's a great question. How do you keep them engaged? And so pretty much it's just the culture of Power 52. Many of our graduates have said, you know, if it wasn't for the culture and our mentorship, they would have left. So we're not just teaching training, we are transforming the person. And so it's through those conversations and our empowerment sessions and career services where we're having all of these open and transformative conversations. Kind of like how you guys do on the show. You know, we bring about topics and we have hard conversations, but because they're able to, you know, iron sharpens iron, you know, type of thing, it engages them and they want to come back for more.
Right, okay.
So that's what we do. So, you know, it's definitely the adjunct parts of the training that will keep them engaged, not so much the technical. Well, yeah, that's cool and that's interesting, but it's that personable skills that you know makes everybody want to come back.
Got you. So let me ask you this
before we go.
Sorry.
Because you started in Maryland, and you know you started with, you know, another partner that played ball. Is M&T Bank ever going to be like renewable solar? I mean, M&T Bank Stadium, the stadium. No, I'm saying, the stadium. Can that be something that, you know, a building that big, can that be solar powered?
Yeah, so, you know, we teach our, you know, trainees both about residential as well as commercial. And so just like right now, we have partnered with an organization that our graduates will soon work for, and they are going to be doing, I got like 44 acres of solar power. Okay. So football size over and over and over again, fields worth of solar power. So definitely, you know, something like, not necessarily, I guess, the rooftop, because it is a whole bunch of stuff that goes into if you want to do a rooftop install. As long as it's facing south and you can get the proper sunlight and all those type of things, anything's possible.
All right. So we don't necessarily, when I'm asking these questions, I don't want to seem like, I know the dumbest question is the one you don't ask. So, sometimes it's like solar power for dummies, for me, because I don't necessarily know, but you are educating me in 4 minutes. So we would love to have you back and be able to talk more about that, because there's still things I want to talk to you about.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm always here, and if you want to find out, I gotta give a shameless plug because I'm a nonprofit.
So actually, that's what we were getting ready to ask you. We were getting ready to close by saying, it was amazing having you on. But before we go, tell us how people could get in contact with you if they're interested in being part of the training program or all things solar. How do they get in contact with Cherie Brooks from Power 52?
Get it off. Yes.
Let's go.
All right. So, hey, we're on all social media platforms. Name them with that at Power 52 Official. Definitely, we have an upcoming fundraiser on June 26th, and your finest guy who you were alluding to, Ray, is going to be in the house. Definitely, we're selling tickets if you want to help to support what we're doing, shop our swag, donate. But that's at Power 52 Official. That's it.
Got it. Cherie, thank you so much for taking time out your busy schedule. Okay. Hang with us for a minute. We appreciate you, and our folks appreciate you as well.
All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Take care. Be safe.
All right. Bye-bye.
So I want to thank Cherie Brooks for coming on, taking time again to give us so much food about Power 52, solar energy, the things that they do for the community all around the world, which is a great segue to our next guest. Our next guest, this powerful young lady. She is a singer. She does mental health. She really has a story. Movies coming out, albums coming out, all kind of stuff, right?
Bulletproof.
And has a great energy about her. And we talked offline before we got onto the show. So I'm ready to really talk and hear her story and all the stuff that she has going on. None other than Sophia Diaz. What's up? Welcome to After the Show.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Thank you so very much for having me. It is such a great pleasure to be on your show.
I appreciate you.
We appreciate you.
You got great energy, Sophia.
Yes, everything about your energy is like, ooh.
And Sophia, let me tell you something, right? So I'm gonna ask a personal question. Are you home while you on with us, right?
I'm home. I'm home in Chicago.
Okay, so what I love is
Chicago.
Is the fact that her TV is up there and you can't see the wires. Like, that's a pet peeve of mine. I hate to see cords on the TV on the wall. That is a pet peeve. All you gotta do is cover.
We have gone to people's houses and he will be sitting there and all of a sudden he'll say, they have this thing. And I'm like,
why do you have the cord showing?
In their business?
What kind of bootleg TV hanging have you done? So I'm sorry. I just wanted to say, I see a TV. The cords are hidden. Good job, Sophia. So tell us everything that you have going on.
She's like, I don't even know how to come back from that.
Good Lord. I have to say, thank you very much for noticing my TV wires are concealed.
Right.
I believe that all good things are happening. It has been a bit of a tumultuous life, when everything that you've earned over the last 18 years has been stripped away, stolen from you, and you are left as a destitute, which I was, by the person closest to me, who was supposed to love me and take care of me. Not that I needed taking care of. I've worked all my life, but starting your life again with a few dollars and cents in your bank account takes a tremendous amount of faith in your God. For me, it was my Bible. Psalm 23, mate. Read it.
Mm-hmm. That's the truth.
Relying and calling friends from 30 years ago. Hello there. Do you remember me? I'm Sophia Diaz. we worked together, and people from all around the world who came to get me off of ground zero, as I could say, or the Phoenix Rising situation. And that is what I love about the people of America. Americans have a saying, leave no man behind. And although I'm not American and I wasn't born in this country, I'm a dual citizen of Great Britain and America.
Nice.
American allies came to support me, to uplift me, to help me create, to live, to breathe. And it is because of my American allies that my album is now out in 22 countries. I wrote the entire Bulletproof album, sitting on my bathroom floor with my large dog, Mr. Santos.
What kind of dog?
Bernese Mountain Dog.
Okay.
You can Google the breed. They are loving, intelligent, kind, funny. And I wrote the entire album consists of 7 songs with him by my side.
Right.
And I wrote an autobiography, Blondie Proof, which is on Amazon. It also means bulletproof.
Okay.
Him by my side. And I've been globally distributed by Zojak worldwide. So the album is in 22 countries. I'm on Spotify, Pandora, iTunes, Amazon Music, and it feels good.
Okay, good. I see an energy and a smile when you start talking about all the stuff that you have going on and where you came from and what you had to, what you had to fight through. And like I listened to something where you said that the person that was supposed to love you the most did the most damage. And a lot of times I think that we trust so much, we miss stuff. I think sometimes the signs are there, and then we tend to miss stuff sometimes. And I always talk to Dr.CaSay about the fact that it's nobody else's fault for what I allowed somebody to do to me.
Can I interject?
Okay. All right.
And I agree with what you're saying.
Right.
I do agree. On the flip side of it, right? When you are a person with a certain energy or a certain spirit, you're not looking for negative in people.
Right.
So sometimes because that's who we are, we allow people closer than what they should be. And even though it's no one's fault but your own for going through the process, right? On the other hand of it, sometimes, as you have told me, we need to go through that process. And that process is a learning lesson. Case in point with Sophia, or even if I think about things that you've gone through or we've gone through.
Because I've been through it, Sophia. That's what I'm saying. I'm talking from experience. I'm sorry.
No worries. Even if I think about, after reading her story and hearing a little bit about it and knowing everything about you, right? When I think about it, what I know is that, as you tell me, those were life lessons that made you stronger for the process. So that's what makes Bulletproof such a intangible album, or a creative process. Or the movie is what makes it heartfelt and tugs to the strings of your heart. Your story, hearing things that you've been through, does the same, and that's why people want to talk to you or hear from you, because even though in our mind it seems right that we are in charge, ultimately we are, and it's a process from our God. I'm sorry.
I love that conversation. I loved hearing that.
Right. Let me ask you this. How is it going to see your story being played like in movie form? Like, I know for me, sometimes I kind of don't like watching myself. Like, after I've done something, I kind of did it already. I'm moving to the next thing. How is that? How do you feel about seeing it come into fruition?
I believe that Ronelle Golden, lovely award-winning American screenwriter, has done a fantastic job in transforming the book, the autobiography, into a movie script. I've read it, several other professionals have read it, and I believe that sharing is empowering. When you share, you want to inspire others. It's not about retribution or revenge. All of that is behind. We are too busy individuals building empires. So, you inspire people when you can. You help people when you can. And I believe that the Bulletproof movie would be a tremendous success, as we would be distributed globally in the market of India, China, just there, a few billion people, America. And I believe that it would be a very powerful story, not just for women, but for everybody that sees and learns what happened to me. And what happened to me was strategically strategized by a person closest to me. And essentially everything else is history.
I don't want you to give everything away, because I want them to see it. But going through what you went through, was it every time that you said you felt like you wanted to give up? And did you ever feel like that, or it was just you knew already exactly where you were going and what you were destined for?
Giving up was really not an option. I did look for that option. Good question. Right. I reread my Bible again.
Right.
There was no option in the Bible. Giving up was never an option. And I was a mother to 4 pets, very beautiful pets, that were living with me for 15 years. So I was the adult provider for 3 beautiful cats from the anti-cruelty society, Paws, and Mr. Santos, my pup, who has now sadly passed. But he was a larger-than-life figure, 165 pounds, a big boy.
Right, definitely.
Listen, Sophia, we have enjoyed having you on after the show, and I am going to definitely check, because if you're available, I would love to do a part 2 with you next week. So I'll definitely check to see your availability. But I really want us to go a little bit more in depth in your story, because your story is one that needs to be shared with everybody. So I'll definitely check, but we have really enjoyed having you here today.
I appreciate that, and I really do look forward to returning. And I hope that you guys will join me in Chicago for the launch of my Bulletproof album.
Right.
Absolutely. Listen, just let us know.
Yeah, you let us know. We'll talk with Barry as well, and see what we can make happen. I really do like Chicago. I really, love shopping on the Magnificent Mile. I love going to Hurl's for some fried chicken, and let's figure it out.
Sounds tremendous.
All right.
Absolutely. Have an amazing day.
Thank you so much. So yes, thank you. Be safe.
Japan means I love you in French.
Oh, we love you as well. Take care.
Take care.
Japan.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Love Business on Lock. What you got for me?
Me?
Yeah, you. Take 2.
So I wasn't expecting this. But what
always be ready and prepared.
Well, I mean, I'm a grown man, so the thing is, we have to we got to be able to push through. Again, the hard times are not it's not a dart to us. It's not a bad thing. These are times that build character, build relationships, make relationships stronger, that sort of thing. And not everything is supposed to be easy. I mean, when you look at, relationships, of people before us, or the people that came before us, these folks, stayed in, 30, 40, 50, 60 years, you know what I'm saying?
62 for my dad.
Such as your parents and such as my parents and that sort of thing. And they fought through, even when sometimes you felt like, from the outside looking in, you probably, somebody is thinking that you should have left, or you may even be thinking that you should have left. But we've been able, those folks have been able to push through to get to the other side.
It's resilience. And I think that part of that has to do with something that we've talked about is you're not just my fiance, you're my friend. Yeah. And every relationship, be it business, partner, friendship, has to have a strong foundation. And if the foundation is weak, the house will fall.
I just think that not only that, because of what's going on now, so much, social media, it just seems like you have so many different options and so many different outlets where you think that it's more access to people, and you see stuff, and then you believe what you see, you believe the highlight reel, you believe all of that, and that's why a lot of people just leave,
But again, that goes with the foundation.
No,
if there's not a strong foundation,
right,
then you will leave. Right. You and I have a rule that most people don't know, and it's people who've known you for years, or known me for years, that known how we were or how we are, and they like to talk about how well they know us. And I always tell people, who you knew is not who I know. And we have this thing, it's no matter what it is, if someone comes to me and says that you did something, I first come to you. It's not why, boom, boom, I ask the question, because at the end of the day, my relationship is with you. Right. Relationship is between two people. So, that was great for Love Business on Lock. Do you want me to leave for your food for thought, or because we only have a few minutes?
What's going on, family? Franchise J. Claxton. I am here with your food for thought. I have a question for you. Do you break your promise with yourself? I'm gonna ask you one more time. Do you break your promise with yourself? Which means if you say, hey man, I'm gonna stop drinking, do you stop drinking, or you break your promise with yourself? If you say, hey, I'm gonna start working on this business, you say, hey man, I'm gonna start working out. If you say, hey man, I'm gonna stop dealing with these people, I'm gonna stop hanging with them, I'm gonna stop watching shows that give me nothing but a negative energy, this negative stuff coming in. Like, do you break the deal with yourself, right? And I'm saying that too, if you break a deal with yourself, what makes you think that somebody else is going to believe you for you to be the person that you said you're going to be? If you make a deal with somebody, and if you can't hold yourself accountable, what makes you think somebody else is going to think that you're going to be accountable for the stuff that you're doing? So I'm saying this: don't break a promise with yourself. Let's start with you. If you make a promise, if you make a deal with yourself, man, shake on it, sign a contract with yourself. If you do that, that makes it easier for you to be able to have and sign those contracts and make those deals with other people, and they believe and rely on you because they know that they can look at you as an accountable individual. Food for thought. Y'all be safe. Franchise J. Claxton. After the show, on behalf of Dr.CaSay and myself, thank you so much for taking time out your schedule to hang with us. Could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with us, and we greatly appreciate that. With that being said, be safe.